Our Sun is a 4.5 billion-year-old star, a hot glowing ball of hydrogen and helium at the center of our solar system. The Sun is about 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers, from Earth, and without its energy, life as we know it could not exist here on our home planet. The Sun's radius is about 695,000 kilometers, 432,000 miles, or 109 times that of Earth. Its mass is about 330,000 times that of Earth, comprising about 99.86% of the total mass of the solar system. Roughly 3/4 of the Sun's mass consists of hydrogen, around 73%, the rest is mostly helium, around 25%, with much smaller quantities of heavier elements, including oxygen, carbon, neon, and iron. The Sun is a G-type main sequence star, spectral type, G2V. As such, it is informally, and not completely accurately, referred to as a yellow dwarf. Its light is actually white. It formed approximately 4.6 billion years ago from the gravitational collapse of matter within a region of a large molecular cloud. Most of this matter gathered in the center, whereas the rest flattened into an orbiting disk that became the solar system. The central mass became so hot and dense that it eventually initiated nuclear fusion in its core. It is thought that almost all stars form by this process.
Mercury orbits the Sun within Earth's orbit, making it appear in Earth's sky only in inferior positions, never appearing further from the Sun than 28 degrees, resulting in it appearing only as a morning star or evening star, like Venus, though not as brightly. Mercury and Earth return to the same position to each other in synodic cycles of 116 days. It is named after the Roman god Mercurius, Mercury, god of commerce, messenger of the gods, and mediator between gods and mortals, corresponding to the Greek god Hermes, Rome usage. Venus is the second planet from the Sun and the only terrestrial object in the solar system other than Earth that has a substantial atmosphere and is almost as massive and large as Earth. Like Mercury, Venus orbits the Sun always closer than Earth, resulting in it appearing in Earth's sky always inferior, close to the Sun, and at night as either a morning star or evening star. Venus appears in Earth's sky also as the brightest natural object, aside from the Sun and Moon, due to its proximity to Earth and the Sun, its large size and high albedo. These prominent appearances of Venus in Earth's sky have made Venus a classical planet, a common and important object for humans, their cultures and astronomy.
Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the only place known in the universe where life has originated and found habitability. While Earth may not contain the largest volumes of water in the solar system, only Earth sustains liquid surface water, extending over 70.8% of the Earth with its ocean, making Earth an ocean world. Earth's polar regions currently retain most of all other water with large sheets of ice covering ocean and land, dwarfing Earth's groundwater, lakes, rivers and atmospheric water. Land, consisting of continents and islands, extends over 29.2% of the Earth and is widely covered by vegetation. Below Earth's surface material lies Earth's crust consisting of several slowly moving tectonic plates, which interact to produce mountain ranges, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Earth's liquid outer core generates a magnetic field that shapes the magnetosphere of Earth, largely deflecting destructive solar winds and cosmic radiation. Earth has an atmosphere, which sustains Earth's surface conditions and protects it from most meteoroids and UV light at entry. It has a composition of primarily nitrogen and oxygen. The reason Mars has a red color on its surface is due to a tiny grained iron oxide dust in the soil, which gives rise to its nickname, the Red Planet. There is a drastic contrast between the two Martian hemispheres. The northern hemisphere is on average flatter and smoother than the southern hemisphere. The planet's two poles are covered by water and carbon dioxide. Surrounding the Martian surface is a dynamic thin atmosphere, 1% Earth's surface pressure, made primarily of carbon dioxide. Mars has two regularly shaped natural satellites, Phobos and Deimos. Mars has a radius of 3,389.5 kilometers, 2,106 miles, and is the smallest among planets in the solar system. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest in the solar system. It is a gas giant with a mass more than 2.5 times that of all the other planets in the solar system combined, and slightly less than 1/1000th the mass of the Sun. Jupiter is the third brightest natural object in the Earth's night sky after the Moon and Venus, and it has been observed since prehistoric times. It was named after Jupiter, the chief deity of ancient Roman religion. Jupiter is primarily composed of hydrogen, 90% by volume, followed by helium, which constitutes 1/4 of its mass and 1/10 of its volume. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and has an intricate ring system. It is the second largest planet in the solar system and the second most massive planet in the solar system, at 95 times the Earth's mass. With 96% of the planet is made out of lightweight hydrogen, Saturn is also the least dense planet in the solar system. The planet's yellowish atmosphere is composed of intricate but usually bland-looking bands. Occasionally, oval-shaped storms would trail across Saturn's atmosphere, the biggest of which are the periodic great white spots. Its north pole contains a persisting hexagonal storm that currently does not have a definite explanation for its existence. Saturn has a magnetosphere with a strength comparable to Earth's and is the reason for the auroras in its outer atmosphere. Saturn is classified as a gas giant. It is thought to have a rocky core, with a temperature of 11,700 degrees Celsius or 21,100 degrees Fahrenheit, surrounded by metallic hydrogen, an intermediate layer of liquid hydrogen and helium, and a gaseous outer atmosphere. Inside the atmosphere are stacked cloud layers, made out of ammonia, water, and ammonium hydrosulfide ice. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun and is a gaseous cyanide giant. Most of Uranus is made out of water, ammonia, and methane in a supercritical phase of matter, which in astronomy is called ice or volatiles. The planet's atmosphere has a complex layered cloud structure and has the lowest minimum temperature of 49 kelvins, minus 224 degrees Celsius, minus 371 degrees Fahrenheit, out of all solar system's planets. Uranus has a marked axial tilt of 97.8 degrees with a retrograde rotation rate of 17 hours. This means that in an 84 Earth years orbital period around the Sun, its poles get around 42 years of continuous sunlight, followed by 42 years of continuous darkness. Neptune is the eighth planet from the Sun and the farthest known planet in the solar system. It is the fourth largest planet in the solar system by diameter, the third most massive planet, and the densest giant planet. It is 17 times the mass of Earth, and slightly more massive than its near twin Uranus. Neptune is denser and physically smaller than Uranus because its greater mass causes more gravitational compression of its atmosphere. Being composed primarily of gases and liquids, it has no well-defined solid surface. The planet orbits the Sun once every 164.8 years at an average distance of 30.1 astronomical units, 4.5 billion kilometers, 2.8 billion miles. It is named after the Roman god of the sea and has the astronomical symbol, representing Neptune's trident. Ceres, minor planet designation 1. Ceres, is a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. It was the first asteroid discovered, on the 1st of January 1801, by Giuseppe Piazzi at Palermo Astronomical Observatory in Sicily and announced as a new planet. Ceres was later classified as an asteroid and then a dwarf planet, the only one always inside Neptune's orbit. Ceres's small size means that even at its brightest, it is too dim to be seen by the naked eye, except under extremely dark skies. Its apparent magnitude ranges from 6.7 to 9.3, peaking at opposition, when it is closest to Earth, once every 15 to 16 month synodic period. As a result, its surface features are barely visible even with the most powerful telescopes, and little was known about it until the robotic NASA spacecraft Dawn approached Ceres for its orbital mission in 2015. Pluto, minor planet designation, 134340. Pluto is a dwarf planet in the Kuiper Belt, a ring of bodies beyond the orbit of Neptune. It is the 9th largest and 10th most massive known object to directly orbit the Sun. It is the largest known trans-Neptunian object by volume, by a small margin, but is slightly less massive than Eris. Like other Kuiper Belt objects, Pluto is made primarily of ice and rock and is much smaller than the inner planets. Pluto has only 1/6 the mass of Earth's moon, and 1/3 its volume. Haumea, minor planet designation 136108. Haumea is a dwarf planet located beyond Neptune's orbit. It was discovered in 2004 by a team headed by Mike Brown of Caltech at the Palomar Observatory in the United States, and disputably also in 2005 by a team headed by José Luis Ortiz Moreno at the Sierra Nevada Observatory in Spain, though the latter claim has been contested. On September 17, 2008, it was named after Haumea, the Hawaiian goddess of childbirth, under the expectation by the International Astronomical Union, IAU, that it would prove to be a dwarf planet. Nominal estimates make it the 3rd largest known trans-Neptunian object, after Eris and Pluto, and approximately the size of Uranus's moon Titania. Makemake, minor planet designation 136472. Makemake is a dwarf planet and the 2nd largest of what are known as the classical population of Kuiper Belt objects, with a diameter approximately that of Saturn's moon Iapetus, or 60% that of Pluto. It has one known satellite. Its extremely low average temperature, about 40 K, minus 230 degrees Celsius, means its surface is covered with methane, ethane, and possibly nitrogen ices. Makemake was discovered on March 31, 2005 by a team led by Michael E. Brown, and announced on July 29, 2005. It was initially known as 2005 FY9 and later given the minor planet number 136472. In July 2008, it was named after Makemake, a creator god in the Rapa Nui mythology of Easter Island, under the expectation by the International Astronomical Union, IAU, that it would prove to be a dwarf planet. Eris, minor planet designation 136199. Eris is the most massive and 2nd largest known dwarf planet in the Solar System. It is a trans-Neptunian object, TNO, in the scattered disk and has a high eccentricity orbit. Eris was discovered in January 2005 by a Palomar Observatory-based team led by Mike Brown and verified later that year. In September 2006, it was named after the Greco-Roman goddess of strife and discord. Eris is the 9th most massive known object orbiting the Sun and the 16th most massive overall in the Solar System, counting moons. It is also the largest object that has not been visited by a spacecraft. Eris has been measured at 2,326 ± 12 kilometers, 1,445 ± 7 miles, in diameter. Its mass is 0.28% that of the Earth and 27% greater than that of Pluto, although Pluto is slightly larger by volume, both having a surface area that is comparable to the area of Russia or Antarctica.